anyone's watching this and thinking, should I or shouldn't I enter, these awards, of course you should, because the only way to do something is to do something.
If you have a seed of an idea, turn up, make yourself a meeting, turn up for it, and then keep turning up, and eventually you might be lucky enough to turn up here.
The big takeaway from me is it's just go out and do it. We thought, oh, we'll just shoot it and see how it goes.
I'd say be bold, be brave, and get on with it.
Anyone can do it. It's a bit of a cliche, but it took us 3 weeks and £500, and I'm stood here now.
I just said get shooting and just keep on making stuff, and from there you'll learn and progress.
And you have to build up a community, and you have to build up a kind of group of fans and a base. So people like Philip Bloom, who he's made a career out of basically giving his time and energy to sort of feeding back in and inspiring young filmmakers. Try not to be too precious, use short films to experiment and find your way, so that when you do maybe get that break to make a feature film, you have a voice.
Your idea is your currency, it's not about money, it's not about equipment, it's not about like getting named actors or anything. If you've got a good clear idea, go with that and run with it and just do it.
I think that the films that really stood out for me are the ones that had an emotional connection with the viewer. It's quite important to get the craft of the filmmaking right, but getting the heart right, I think, really is what makes the difference.
The films that really work are the movies that are absolutely films and stories that you're passionate about. I mean, it's an old cliche, isn't it, to write what you know, but it's absolutely true.
Never say no, just do everything you can get your hands on, even if it's not something you think that you would be, just stretch yourself as much as you can, like always go for new opportunities.
The only a bit of advice, and it's such a crucial one, is to keep going. It's very easy to get discouraged or to think that you need a big budget or that you need all the props and all the actors, and you don't. Nowadays you can go out, buy a DSLR camera and do it, and actually the people that just push themselves to make things are the ones that break through.
There's a million stories just out there. Instead of just walking down the road past people, if you just stop and have a chat with someone, you might find an amazing story.
Try not to go it alone. An idea is great, but having people to help you realise that idea is even better.
Do it with a few people. Don't just try and do it on your own. We found that our ideas were all made better by each other. Now with internet agencies where you can recruit people and get in contact with people, and you'd be surprised at the responses you get. Go and do it, take the initiative and just go out there and make a film, I suppose. That would be the main piece of advice I'd give.
For me, a short film has to be a film. It shouldn't be a scene out of something that could have been something else. And that's what I'd love to see people do more of, is for it to be a whole story.
The most important thing with doing a short film is you have to know your story. I did a short film with Spike Jonze a couple of years ago, and it was just brilliant watching somebody that really understands filmmaking using the form and using short film to tell a short story really well.
Definitely to have a really strong story to begin with, to keep it very simple, and you can still make something very entertaining that's just a conversation. There are whole feature films that are just a conversation.
Got to be in it to win it, but it's true. Go and make your film. I think the hardest thing is making that initial decision to go and do it, and once you go and do it, make the best film that you possibly can.
Beg, steal, borrow, convince whoever you can to help you out, and you could, be on the road to something really quite special.